You can get a hold of the show. Just message us, DM us. They're always open. At Ben and Kelly Show, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Sometimes we like to dive into the DM and see what you have to say. Allie's got an issue about co-parenting. Kelly, you got this?
Yeah, she said, I'd like to dive into your DMs with a dog-related question.
Isn't that right?
My boyfriend and I broke up about a month ago after being together for about 2 years. Now, he got our dog about 3 years before we started dating. During our time together, though, the dog, Louie, really became close to me more so than him.
Oh, Louie.
He would sleep on my side of the bed. I would care for him, feed him, and when we'd go on walks, I would walk Louie a majority of the time.
All right.
So when we broke up, I couldn't bear not seeing Louie anymore.
Oh, Louie.
So we set up a co-parenting schedule where we each watched Louie for a few days each week and for every other weekend.
Wow.
We even have drop-offs at the Kroger parking lot.
Okay.
My question is, do you think this is causing emotional harm to Louie? And I really feel like Louie misses me more than he does my ex. Has anyone ever co-parented an animal with an ex? Is what we're doing normal? My long game is I can convince my ex that Louie's better off with me and I keep him. What's your thought? Thanks. I love your show. I mean, they are absolutely like members of the family.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And she's got a solid argument.
My only
even though
thing,
it was technically his dog first.
yeah, that's my big thing is like he got the dog before you guys started dating.
Yeah. But it sounds like that, you know, she really is the one that's taking care of him more.
This is true.
So
Have you ever been in a co-parenting animal situation?
I mean, no. No, I've never been in that situation. And I don't know. Like, there's part of me that's wondering, okay, like since we don't really know the details of the breakup, did he maybe not want the breakup? And so he's using this as leverage to try to keep the door open.
Yeah, to kind of get back into Allie's good graces.
Yeah.
And like, hey, let's share the dog. Yeah, it sounds like, though, it was her idea to co-parent the dog.
Yeah. Well, clearly, because she got
her
really
long
attached.
her long game is, I want the dog.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know,
all right.
This is
So
really tough because I mean they weren't married.
Right.
This was just a dating relationship.
And
so I mean I think maybe the simple solution is Allie goes and tries to find the same kind of dog and adopt one herself.
oh, but Louie isn't.
I know.
It's Louie.
Louie's her guy.
It's
I
Louie.
get it. I get it. That's tough, but technically it was his dog first.
So this dog is, I'm guessing, 5 years old-ish?
Probably. Yeah. Well, yeah.
If it's
that's what I'm. Yeah,
I mean, if
doing the math, I think that's what he is. So I think if she really loves that breed of dog, she tries to go get her own Louie.
Okay.
I think that's the simplest way to do this without any drama. If he's not willing to, like, if she just straight up says, hey, can I go ahead and take Louie permanently? If he says no, I feel like that's probably the only way to go about it. She's going to be a little brokenhearted over Louie, but go find your own Louie.
All right. Would love to hear if you've co-parented a dog or an animal with an ex. Not a child. That's different, I think.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I think.
It's a little slightly different.
I think it's different.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I would love to hear your experience with that. 502-571-9970. Heard from Allie, and she's trying to co-parent with her ex, their dog Louie, and is wondering if doing so is causing the dog emotional harm. Plus, she's wondering if, even though the dog was her ex's originally, she could make a case to keep him. Kind of a
it sounds like she's got kind of like
messy situation.
A solid case because she ended up like taking care of Louie more often than not and walking him more and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But even though technically Louie was his.
I want to get to a message we got from a listener that is on the other side of this, and I'll get to it here in just a sec. It's kind of wild, but I got a message from a listener who said, my ex and I have shared custody of our dog for years. It's really kind of inconvenient, and most people think it's weird and unnecessary. But I know it's really for us, the humans. The dog is happy as long as he has one of us. All right.
Yeah, I feel like, every time, Louis gets to see the other person, they're just like, I love you. I am so happy to see you. Like, I don't think emotionally, he's being damaged.
Yeah, like his pack is maybe split up a little bit, but
right.
He gets to still see his pack.
But he's familiar with both.
So get this. Got a message from a listener said, hey, I recently started seeing a new guy. It's been about 3 weeks. He's really great. I like him a lot. I have one hang up, and I'm not even sure how valid it is. He has 3 dogs. Told me on our first date that his dogs are like his kids.
Okay.
And he knows it's a little weird to some people how much he prioritizes them. Well, it also turns out that he shares custody of these 3 dogs with his ex.
Oh, okay.
So 1 week he has them, and then the next she does. Apparently they do not see each other during these exchanges. I don't have pets anymore, but I do understand what it's like to love a pet as part of your family. I'm just having a hard time understanding this whole shared custody thing.
Yeah, it gets real interesting and dicey when you move on to other relationships.
Yeah, and she says,
I think if neither one of you are dating anybody else, you can navigate that a little easier. But then once other people start to get involved, then they're like, hey, how long is this going to be going on?
Right. Yeah, right. And our listener says, what's the longevity here? Is this a situation that will exist forever? Like last night, I was trying to make plans to see him this weekend. He said he couldn't see me until Monday and that he was sorry, but he has the dogs this weekend.
Are you kidding me? He's not doing dates with her because he's got custody of the dogs?
What is
Look at that.
this? Is
gonna
wild.
Last very long. He's going to have to figure that out because when the dog custody's getting in the way of you spending quality time with your significant other, I think we reevaluate that.
She says, I would understand if they were actual children.
Yes, absolutely. That is different.
But you can't leave your dogs at home for maybe 2 or 3 hours to have dinner or anything?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Oh, wow.
That's much. That is much.
So yeah, she's like, I don't know what to say to your listener.
That is.
Man,
she's got her own situation going on there.
Okay, yeah, like what if, go back to Allie real quick.
Yeah.
Our listener who DM'd us originally, and what if you start to see a guy or get into a new relationship, but you're still doing handoffs at the Kroger parking lot of your dog Louie?
Yes, from your ex-boyfriend.
Man.
Who wasn't yours to begin with.
Man, I think maybe this is going to be tough to hear, but maybe you need to, one, have a conversation with your ex and say, do you want your dog? Or do you?
Because I really, really, really love your dog, and I feel like your dog loves me more.
Right. And then just if your ex is like, yeah, of course I love my dog and I want my dog, then
that's the end of it.
Give it up.
Yeah, and then you go find your own Louie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there are a lot of animals that need homes. We feature them every single Wednesday on Wet Nose Wednesday.
Because you don't want to be in a situation like this other listener who's trying to make a date with her boyfriend, her new boyfriend, and her new boyfriend's like,
nope, I'm hanging with the dogs.
Yeah, sorry, it's my weekend for the dogs.
Yeah, no, that is not a situation I think that can last either.
Wow, keep us posted on. No, I'm now more invested in this other listener. Like, holy cow!
Yeah, we're gonna need an update on that situation too.
Oh my. Okay. All right. Well, keep us posted on 99.7 DJX.